once you've spent a bit of time in Murray County, there's no doubt you'll want to stay on. And perhaps you'd like to step back in time with your accommodations as well. One lovely option for you is also in Columbia, and it's called Locust Hill Bed and Breakfast. A wealthy farmer built Locust Hill in 1840. In 1992, Bill and Beverly Beard bought the home just as they were about to retire from the U.S. Customs Service in Washington, D.C. The Beards exchanged their busy lives in Washington for a massive restoration project that would return Locust Hill to its original beauty.
There was 4,500 square feet of lime green and avocado shag carpet. We had rock and barn siding in the living room with a wagon wheel for a chandelier. It was lovely. One of the bedrooms had an entire wall that was mirrored with sort of iridescent yellow wallpaper. And there isn't an inch of it that hasn't had something done to it.
It took the Beards a year and a half to restore the stately home. As they worked, they realized Locust Hill would make a perfect bed and breakfast.
When we were getting ready to retire, we both were accustomed to dealing with people all the time. And we started our renovation and everything. We decided that the house was just way too big for two people. So we decided we would do bed and breakfast. As long as we enjoyed it, we would do it.
The Beards began welcoming overnight guests to Locust Hill in 1994 and have shared their gifts of hospitality ever since. Locust Hill takes its name from the locust trees that were on the property in the 1800s, and some still remain. Adding to the charm of Locust Hill Bed and Breakfast are the furnishings, most of which are family pieces, and many have interesting stories, such as those in the living room.
The furnishings in there are some of my mother's family's pieces, and I have my mother's violin from when she was a child. Her father was a violinist, and she learned to play the violin when she was 4.
There is a television in the living room, but many guests like the quiet of the study.
The room that is just right off the porch is our study, and we have bookcases in it and just nice comfortable chairs, and it's a really nice place to sit and just read a book and just relax. And we have a gas fireplace in there, so in the winter time it's nice to just sit and read and just enjoy it. I even enjoy going in there and sitting and reading myself, and our guests enjoy it too. And usually, if we just have 1 or 2 couples, we'll have evening refreshments in the study in the evening. The dining room is where we serve breakfast and also where we serve dinner when our guests want to have dinner. And all the furniture in there is either my grandmother's, my mother's, or my grandaunt's. The table is about 1912. The sideboard and the china closet are my mother's from about 1938. We have a lovely little Sheraton table in there that was my grandmother's that is one of my favorites.
If you want an unusual place to stay, try Moore Cottage, named for the builder of Locust Hill, James Taylor Moore. Moore Cottage is the converted smokehouse for Locust Hill and was built the same year as the main house in 1840. Moore Cottage has wonderful space to relax downstairs, which has a gas fireplace and a television. In fact, it's the only guest room that has a television. Upstairs is the cozy sleeping area and a handmade bed. 2 skylights flood the space with natural light, and clouds painted on the ceiling give you the feeling of relaxing under the clear blue sky. The Moore Cottage bathroom has a clawfoot tub and oversized shower. The other 3 guest rooms are on the 2nd floor of the main house. Each has a private bath, and the rooms are very spacious. The blue room has a brass bed that is over 100 years old and has been converted to a queen size. One of the interesting pieces in the blue room is this Eastlake dresser that was actually made here in Columbia at the turn of the 20th century. Across the hall is the charming Rose Room, where there's an antique oak bed and also a twin-size bed.
There are 2 nice little rockers in there. In fact, one of the rockers my grandmother got for 3 books of S&H Green stamps in 1906 when she got married.
The Murphy Suite has 2 beds, one queen size, and the sitting room has a double bed. It's named for the Murphy family, who owned Locust Hill from 1901 to 1976. When they are not relaxing in their rooms, guests of Locust Hill love spending time on one of the home's 3 porches, all of which overlook beautiful Middle Tennessee countryside.
We have the upstairs porch is where our guests really enjoy having their morning coffee. We bring a tray with coffee up a half an hour before breakfast, and if they want tea or cocoa or Diet Coke or anything, we'll bring it up, and they'll frequently, most of the time, go out there and enjoy their coffee on the porch and just watch the cows across the road.
Once you have enjoyed your morning beverage, you will be ready to savor every bite of a Locust Hill gourmet breakfast.
Our normal breakfast for the first night that someone is staying with us begins with Bananas Beverly. It's Bananas Foster without the rum. The sauce is brown sugar, butter, and orange juice. And we saute the bananas in it, and we put orange segments in it. Then naturally arrange it very prettily on a plate. My mother always said, you eat with your eyes. So everything is arranged nicely. And then for the main course, it's scrambled eggs with cheese and chives and phyllo shells, home fried potatoes, grit souffle, and the recipe is compliments of my neighbor next door, and then either country ham or sausage or bacon, and then homemade coffee cake for dessert. The coffee cake depends on what I want. Oh, and naturally, homemade biscuits with homemade jams. We have the usual peach and pear and strawberry and all, but Bill always likes to put out the jalapeno pepper jelly. And it's not hot, it's just a little bit zippy.
It is no wonder after a delicious breakfast, Locust Hill guests like to make reservations for dinner, because a meal here really is something special. In fact, an overnight stay at Locust Hill is the perfect way to really enjoy Maury County.
We hope you've enjoyed our visit to Maury County and the antebellum homes capital of Tennessee. Think about taking a drive through this beautiful area to see what life was like before the Civil War. From Spring Hill and Rippavilla, I'm Karen Elliott. Thank you for watching. Join us again next time for Southern Accents.
For a VHS copy of this program, send $19.95 plus $4.95 shipping and handling to WTCI Video Services, 4411 Amnicola Highway, Chattanooga, Tennessee, 37406. Or call 629-0045 or by email at bob_williams@wtci.pbs.org. When ordering, please include the program title and time of broadcast.